Yo! Yo! What's the deal? What is the deal? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. Let me sip a little coffee right here, give some shout-outs and salutations. We're going to get into the Raider news today. We got some stuff that's going on. It's not earth-shattering, but it is still news, and you know we got to bring that content. You know it. Shout out to all my people in the place to be. Man, we got 33 in the room. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Everybody over there on Twitter, man. What y'all waiting for? Come on over here. Join us for the Madcap Fun on Raider Nation Unlimited at Wasted Talent Raiders on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Y'all already know how we do over here, man. Let me get my shout-outs and salutation. First in the room, never last, my brother Raider Reese. Let's get wasted. Todd, 0864. Sup, go Raiders. Franklin, Planet Raiders, Skinner himself is in a place. OG, R8R, what it is. DeMarcus Webb, my dog. Jonah Rodriguez, the flying wonderful Latina Griffith. Latina, where you been, Latina Griffith? The flying wonderful Latina Griffith is back. She's gracing us with her presence again. AP209, what it is. The flying wonderful Lee's Adele is back, pulling up. What it is, Lee's? Where you been, man? Shout out to you. Sean Johnson, what it is. Jamie Fernandez, Reese, Mason Blue, Dave Marksfield, Paul Edgerton, Daniel Malero, my brother Robert Cisneros. Put up your Dukes with Wasted, boxing, and maybe a movie review. You already know, my dog. You already know. Fox Pack, pay your bar tax for that content. All right, y'all, let's get started, y'all. My dog Chanceworthy's in the place as always. Yo, let's get started, man. We normally wait till we got over 100 in the room, but you know what? I'm not going to be arrogant. If you here right now, man, you are loved and you are appreciated. You know what I'm saying? So whoever we got in the room is in the room, man. Oh, my God. My guy. Big Mike Raiders in the place. Yo, do me a favor, yo. My dog, Big Mike, he said we need to form like Megasaurus, bro. I'm speaking on my piece on my channel at 4:30. You already know, Big Mike. Big Mike, look, man, this is what you need to do, bro. If you home, you situated. Let me know. If you home and you situated, bro, we gonna pull up. We're gonna talk about your piece over here too, as well. If you want to. If you want to save it for your show, I get it. But if you want to talk about it now, you know what I mean, on Raider Nation Unlimited, we with that too, man. We with that too, man. Now, look, we got to get into it, yo. We have got to get into it right now, yo. Jaylon Smith has been signed today, everybody. Not signed, but he's been brought in. And, you know, to me, man, I'm going to be real with y'all, man. When it comes to my bro, you know, Jaylon Smith, man, this is a guy that I wanted the Raiders to draft for a long time. I'm going to share my screen. You know what I'm saying? We are going to bring up the Jaylon Smith situation here, man. You know, this is a guy that I've been waiting for the Raiders to take a flyer on, man. Now, I know he's been often injured. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good. But the thing about it is this, man. The Raiders have one gaping hole, on this roster. And it is the linebacker position. And whether we have a guy who can cover or we have a guy who can go downhill and make tackles, either which way, it doesn't matter to me, man. I just want us to bring in enough capable bodies at the linebacker position and stop playing with the land of misfit toys. Now, I know, you know, what this regime is doing. This regime has a situation where they're bargain basement shopping. They're trying to build this roster smart and methodically, and that's cool. But the one thing that they can't do is to go into this season depending on all these unproven players and not have backups. And this is very exciting to me, man. So, you know, we're a week in the training camp, and the Raiders are looking at some moves at linebacker, man. Yesterday, they brought in the signed Darius Harris, and Wednesday they back at it with Jaylon Smith, man. And to be real with you, man, look, I'm all here for it, man. Smith, 2019 Pro Bowler, had 88 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1 sack for the season with the Giants, and he's reuniting with Patrick Graham. Too much has been kind of made of that. Patrick Graham only had like 2 games with Jaylon Smith on the roster. So it wasn't like he had this deep coaching relationship with him. You know, the media is making a little bit too much of that. But, you know, We all know Jaylon Smith, man. You know, if you're a Notre Dame fan such as myself, man, Jaylon Smith is one of the best linebackers in the history of college football, as far as I'm concerned. He had a catastrophic injury. It kind of derailed his career. He was a second-round pick by the Cowboys in 2017, and he was a full-time starter until his demise. You know, 2019 was the height of his career, and then he fell off the cliff fast. You know, he went over to the Green Bay Packers, didn't play there very, very long, and then, you know, it was with the Giants and kind of made his mark over there. And I'm going to be real with you, man. We need a guy that's going to go downhill and get at it, man. This is what we need. More so than anything, man. More so than anything. We need guys that are going to be out there and that can freaking tackle, man. Yo, here we go. We got 74 in the chat. Pay your bar tabs. Make it wasted with your brother wasted, man. Hey, you grabbing it? Hey, Big Mike, let me know if you want to jump on, man. Let me know. We got almost 75 in the room. Get wasted with your brother wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all, so if y'all want to get at it, let's go. My guy, never miss a show. I appreciate you, man. Yo, Tyree Wilson is getting close to a return. I don't know if everybody heard, but we're going to see what this defense looks like in real time really, really soon, man. That's why I'm kind of holding, you know, my optimism. I want to see what the hell's going on here with what they got going on there. Hey, man, listen. If it takes for Dox to tell y'all to come check me out, then you guys can get the F out of here. Man, listen. If you wasn't rocking, you get out of here. It's like, nah, I'm cool, man. Thank you. Wait, hey, Graf, don't do that. Listen, everybody that came that got sent over my block is about to be blocked unceremoniously. Yeah, F out of here. F out of here. We don't need his charity down here at Raider Nation Unlimited. Blocked. You damn right. You get off my lawn. LB Maximus, my dog. What's up, LB, man? Yo, no. Hey, you know what? He said, Doc sent me over here. F him. And wait, show up to support Omar. Doc, you know what? That's it. I am not reading one comment from any of you. That F out of here. No need to worry. Devon Diablo was out there today, so no injury. He's fine. And Brandon Face's injury wasn't too serious. Now, see, that's a good thing, man. Now, the thing that I like that the Raiders are doing, that they're leaving themselves some options, bro. They're leaving themselves some options at the linebacker position. The way that this roster was currently constituted, man, you had a Devon Diablo who they're pretty much putting all their hopes and dreams for this linebacking core on Devon Diablo. They're putting all their hopes and dreams on Luke Masterson. They're putting all their hopes and dreams on Robert Spillane. And to be real with you, you got to make sure. You have to make sure that if some of these guys don't show up and pan out the way that you guys expect, that you have options here. I'm glad that they're out there bargain basement shopping. I'm with it, man. I can't let it go. Signs. Bro. Listen. I don't want it to ever be said again that we should sign Ndamukong Suh. I don't want it to ever be said again, man. F him. And I'm going to be real with you, bro. Every time the Raiders have a situation where he's in the free agent market, he uses the Raiders as a bargaining chip. He's old. He's washed up. I'm glad he didn't get another Super Bowl. That effing bum. F him. I don't ever want him over here with the Raiders. F him. Raider Primos, just wait for the joint practices to start up. Now, see, look, man, what guys don't understand about them joint practices are bloodbaths, man. I am, to be honest with you, I am not really excited for that at all. You know, I don't really want to see the joint practices, man. That's normally a time where guys go down left and right, man. And I want us to be as healthy as possible going into this season because of the fact that, man, I think this team is been put together very, very well. I think we got the most competition I've seen in 10 years on this roster, up and down the roster. Like, this is like a choose your own adventure book, man. My guy, Jamie Fernandez. The land of the leather helmets. Let's get wasted. You already know, man. Wasted. The Raiders should. No, you know what? No. No, 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 effing no. No, F them. I don't want them over here, bro. You know, listen, I don't want somebody who's out here just trying to get a check. I don't want somebody. I'm fully invested in the youth movement. And Dominican Sue is not coming to the Raiders for nickels and dimes, bro. He's gonna want to get paid a certain amount of money that I'm not willing to pay a guy of his age. Effing Dominican Sue. I'm gonna be real with you. I do not want him here. It's an effing bum. I don't know why everybody always brings that crap up. F him. It's washed. He is washed. And Donkey Kong Sue. I even delete. I used to have a meme with Dominican Sue here somewhere, and I deleted his ass. F him. Dominican Sue. Give me an effing break, man. Levi Edwards on Hunter Renfrow. Look, my guy is up here. You know, Sean Johnson, thank you for this. Levi Edwards on Hunter Renfrow. Renfrow is running some of the nastiest routes I've seen in a minute on these ones-on-ones. Listen, Hunter Renfrow is a guy that can play this game. And the thing about Hunter Renfrow is that if he's your number one receiver, can he get it done? Yeah. If he's your number two receiver, can he get it done? Definitely. If he's your number three guy, he's going to create a whole lot of damage. Listen, man, I hope that Hunter Renfrow has the kind of year that Josh Jacobs had, like kind of that resurgence year, that prove-it year, that FU year. That's what I'm hoping for, man. That's what I'm hoping for. Robinson Cisneros, LOL, wasted. You got beef with Sue. I don't have beef with him, yo. I really don't. I just, look, bro, I've been through the ringer with this man before he went to the Dolphins when he left the Detroit Lions. You know, I've always admired Dominican Sue. I've always thought that, you know, he fit that old school Raider mold. You know what I mean? And I used to want him to be a part of this team. And every time this guy's a free agent, he always leaves the Raiders holding the bag. Yeah, everybody always circulates this picture of him holding a pen in his hand with Charles Barkley. He's looking like a little thick bag of groceries, you know, and everybody's like, oh, look at him. He's a Raider fan. He grew up a Raider fan. We don't even know that, man. He might have just had a Raider jacket on because everybody used to rock Raider shit back then. I'm just saying, man, I don't want to get involved with all his trolling and shit. I remember last year, you know, he had a Las Vegas shirt on. Man, F him. F that mother effer. That's right, Ruben Russ. I'd rather shine Shelby Harris than Sue. We should have never let Harris lead. And Ruben Russ, I agree with you, bro, because I'm not the kind of person, bro, who is super nostalgic about players who play for the Raiders. Everybody who's ever left the Raiders, we talk about we should bring them back. But Shelby Harris happens to be one of them guys. Him and Danico Autry can come back and play for the Raiders anytime for me, bro. Yo, Big Mike Raider, always. Why the F are we talking about signing Sue? We've been talking about that BS for 10 years now, and I am not talking about it on this show. The only thing I'm going to say is get that F out of here. We don't need him. F him. And whoever thinks that we should sign him, man, we're going to start this show off the proper way.
Angry man, what you doing here?
Man, set your ass down.
All right, set your ass down. We don't want him over here. F him. Ruben 12 Raiders with the $9.99 super. Thank you for supporting Raider Nation Unlimited and keeping the lights on over here. What about Clowney for defensive line? Look, I'd have no problem bringing Jadeveon Clowney in. I'm telling you, man, like, I'm cool with bringing anybody who has been productive in this league, anybody that has 2 to 3 years left to play. I'm cool with that. I am not cool with bringing somebody that uses the Raiders as a goddamn bargaining chip. Sick of it. Wasted. Why do you think we miss on so many secondary players? The list just goes on and on and on and on, bro. You know, we miss on a lot, but we hit on a lot too. You know what I'm saying? We, not in the last few years, but we've hit on a lot. I mean, if you want to talk about, the Reggie McKenzie years, I just think Reggie McKenzie just didn't have an eye for that position at all. He just didn't know what he was looking at, bro. Reggie McKenzie, went out there and decided in his infinite wisdom to draft DJ Hayden over a guy that was way, 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 way more productive than Xavier Rhodes, a guy who damn near died on the football field. I just think Reggie McKenzie didn't have the eye. I think John Gruden and Mike Mayock, had a wild hair up their ass, and they were drafting certain attributes instead of the entire player. They were looking at, how aggressive Jonathan Abram was and his 40 time and all of that shit. And they didn't look at the fact that he couldn't get his hips around. He couldn't cover a wet blanket. And, they brought in, Garyon Khan, not Garyon, because Khan, I think Khan could have been a good player for us, man. He just, the injury bug kind of bit Garyon Conley. But I'm thinking about Shotgun himself. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, y'all help me out. The other kid from Ohio State with the Braves, Damon Arnett. When we brought Damon Arnett in, they sold us that Damon Arnett was better than his college teammate. And we talked about the measurables, but Damon Arnett was way overdrafted, bro. Way overdrafted. Like, I don't think anyone else would have taken Damon Arnett anywhere close to the first round. And, Gruden and them were wilding, bro. So I can't say that. I think what's going on now, I think things are going to turn around a lot. Because, to be honest with you, there's the fact that we're not reaching for players, bro, it takes a certain amount of pressure off of them. The only guy that's been drafted this year who has an exorbitant amount of pressure on him for his entire career is going to be Tyree Wilson, because we passed on a guy who's probably going to be an all-pro for years to come. And you guys know, with Carter, man, passing on Carter, that was, to me, was a huge, huge mistake, man. And I'm hoping that, this kid pays dividends. So they say he's about to get back into camp. Now, Tyree Wilson, bro, is a guy that we haven't seen much. We haven't heard from much. And I always I always get to a point where I get a little concerned when I hear the pro comp, and the pro comp is like a fucking freak of nature, like Myles Garrett. That's the pro comp. So what are the odds that he lives up to that? I remember with Brian Edwards, people comparing him to Terrell Owens, and I'm like, please don't. I mean, bro, there's only been one TO. There haven't been any TOs before him, and there haven't been any since. And I kind of hate when they do shit like that. And everybody used to say with Damon Arnett, man, he was better than Okudah. And Okudah, and people say, to be fair, Okudah's ass too. But bro, at the end of the day, I think Okudah has more of a more rope to make something out of his career at this point. I think Jeff Okudah is going to show that he is a serviceable corner in this league, bro. You know what I'm saying? And people were mentioning Carl Joseph. I like Cujo. I do. I think Cujo was a damn good player, man. Was he overdrafted? Yeah, but Cujo was productive for us. Hot Beavers. Clowney thinks he is a Bentley when he is a Toyota. Clowney definitely not a Toyota, man. I think I think that Jadeveon Clowney is a guy who loves the money and doesn't love the game. It doesn't look like he's a guy that loves the game. He's a guy who has a certain amount of ability. He's a guy that can roll out of bed and get you 7 sacks. He's a guy. I think the comp for Tyree Wilson should probably be Jadeveon Clowney. But the thing with Jadeveon Clowney is, if he gave a Hall of Fame effort, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. He has that kind of ability. It's just that Jadeveon Clowney doesn't seem like football is first for him. And that's my personal opinion. I don't know him, but that's how I've always viewed Jadeveon Clowney, man. Wasted, what do you think about sending B Moore 4th and the 7th to Patrick Queen? Cal, I'd have no problem with it, bro, as long as we have more picks. I want to make sure we have our full myriad and assortment of picks going into the draft. And I don't really think the Raiders would have to send that much for Patrick Queen. I mean, they've already had somebody that they paid a boatload of money in Roquan Smith playing that Mike linebacker role. They don't really have to do too much of that. Guys, you guys are derailing the show. I am going to answer this question only. But we're gonna stay on track today. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta get out of here. Yo, shout out to my mother-in-law. It's my mother-in-law's birthday today, too. Gotta tap in with the family, go see her, man. So, shout out to my mother-in-law, man. Wasted. Prime Woodson or Prime Reavers? Prime Woodson. Come on. Why even ask me out on the Raider channel? Prime C Wood, man. Come on, man. Mr. Leisure. Wait a minute. My guy, Raider Room in the place. Salute Wasted in the chat. Salute to the Raider Room, man. Shout out to y'all, man. We got to do a Raider Room and Planet Raider matchup one day, man. Wait a minute. I got to get down. I saw a dope-ass comment. Lisa Dell. Why do some people think we're worse this season than last? This is a whole different squad, and we keep the best and have better in this draft. 11-6. Bank on it. Now, Lees, thank you. Lees, let me tell you something, man. You have some people that support this team who are of a certain age, right? So when some of the people who are on this roster, namely our former QB, left, their loyalty left with him. Some of these people are not old school Raider fans. They're fans of the former quarterback, and they want for this organization to have egg on their face. This is what they want. They are not real fans, bro. I don't give a shit what nobody says. If you're praying for the downfall, and it's like you have a hate for this coach, and you can look at this roster before one snap has even been snapped, one play has even been played, and just unequivocally say, "Yo, this team is terrible." Right? You don't know, then that means that, you don't like this team, bro. You want to see them lose. I'm not saying we're going to go to the Super Bowl, but goddamn, let them snap the football and play a little. Let's watch a little preseason first before I start running around saying they're terrible. I mean, my God. I mean, you can believe what you want to believe. We can look at the same thing and like 20 people can look at the exact same thing and see 20 different things. And that's how I believe about football, man. People that can't see that they got younger and better up front. They got younger and better in the secondary. They got better in the wide receiver room. For my money, I feel like they have more depth with the tight end room. And I think the tight end room now kind of fits what's going on here offensively. So if you can't see that, the one thing that you're harping on is that number 4, now name is Aiden O'Connell. That's what you're harping on, bro. And when people say that this team is terrible and they haven't really looked and they can't give me a reason why, I call bullshit, man. And I call bullshit on their opinion about football in general. So F them, and I'm going to be real with you, man. I'm not going for it anymore, bro. I'm not playing nice. Listen, if you don't support the Raiders, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Josh McDaniel can shit the bed and I'm going to continue to support him. But this is the offseason, bro. If I can't be optimistic and support him in the offseason, then what are we doing here, bro? If I can't look at this team objectively and say, this is a good move, I agree with this move. This is not a good move. I don't agree with that move. It doesn't mean that if I don't agree with a certain move that was made that I'm going to shit on the whole process. That means you kind of want for the team to fail. So, Lees, yeah, that's why, because they're a bunch of jackasses. Bunch of jackasses. We should inquire about Aaron Donald. Now, see, this is the thing, bro. Look, to me, right, I've seen, Darren Russell. I've seen Warren Sapp. I saw Dan Hampton when he was playing for the Bears. I've seen a lot of great Chester McLaughlin, Cortez Kennedy. I've seen a lot of great John Randall. I've seen a lot of great defensive tackles in my day, right? Leonard Marshall, Marshall from the New York Giants was a really good defensive tackle for my money, man. I mean, listen, man, the list goes on and on and on, right? Hey, man, even Big LB Hainsworth, the big shit, when he was good, he was really good, right? I've seen a lot of good defensive tackles, man. Dexter Manley, bro, I ain't never seen one Even Warren Sapp, bro, I've never seen anybody play at the level of Aaron Donald in my life. There are guys that played before that, like Mean Joe Green. I'm not old enough. I don't remember Mean Joe Green. I don't. I've seen film of Mean Joe Green and, the Steel Curtain and everything like that. But Mean Joe Green was before my time watching football, But I'll tell you something, man. I mean, Howie Long, definitely. How can I forget Howie Long, right? But Aaron Donald is the best I've seen, bro. And it would be great to have Aaron Donald on the team, right? But the thing is that I don't want to give up the world for a guy that might be on the other side of the hill. And you got to look at how much Aaron Donald is making right now. Does that fit into the Raiders' plan? Now, to be honest with you, if Aaron Donald was that one move that we needed to propel us into, being contenders, I say go, by all means, go do it. But while you're building this thing up, you don't want to have yourself so cash poor that you can't go forward. And, I believe putting Aaron Donald with Max Crosby effectively, just at the bare minimum, this defense will be a top 15 defense. But the problem is, man, you'd be so cash poor. How are you going to be able to, you'd have to bank on Jimmy Garoppolo playing up to the level he did in San Francisco and beyond. What does Samuel L. Jackson think about Sue? Manda, you crazy, man. Thank you for the $2 super chat, bro. My dog Graf is in a place to be. Graf. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something, man. 19K celebration. We will be in the place. What do you think of the pressure that is on Trey Tucker? His projected reach and is the wallet pick. I hope he lives up to this regime's expectation. I think there is zero, and I do mean zero pressure on Trey Tucker. Zero pressure, bro. That's going to be a footnote in the history of the Raiders. The fact that he was the pick that we got in a wallet trade. People aren't even going to remember that in probably 6 or 7 months. I think it's zero pressure on him, Rube. I don't think there's any pressure on him, man. J. Rowe, wasted. I'm hearing Zeus ain't taking no shorts this camp. Listen, bro, this is what has been told to everyone, bro. Look, even myself, man, I got to be real with you. Look, I want Josh here, man. I do. I love Josh Jacobs, right? But this is the danger of holding out. This is the danger, man. This is like, a lot of women, they think they can upgrade and do better. I see these videos and stuff on YouTube, and you got a lot of women that say, they talk, and men too, and they cast their significant other out into the woods. And then someone else scoops in and takes that whole situation over. Sometimes, man, you got to protect your job. And I know Josh led the league in rushing. I know he's one of the better running backs in football. But what do we always say on Raider Nation Unlimited? The NFL stands for not for long. And let me tell you something, bro. Your reign on the top will be short as leprechauns, as the notorious B.I.G. said. You 1 minute, you could be Sean Alexander. You're breaking NFL records. Y'all remember Sean Alexander, right? And then 2 years later, you out of the league. 1 year, you could be Todd Gurley. You could be a MVP candidate. And then a year or two later, you out the league. And somebody else is running in your spot. That is how it is in the NFL. And Josh needs to realize that. You got to realize it's time to come back to camp, bro. Cali Boy, my brother, thank you for the $10 super. Fake Raider fans got half Raider face and half Saint fans. Kardashians. That's right, Cali Boy. We not doing that, bro. We are not. Let me tell you something, bro. If I see anybody talking that Saint stuff, real shit, I'm blocking you. This is 100% Raider podcast. This ain't no NFL podcast. This is Shieldmore. We talk about the Raiders. We are Raiders over here. If you're not a Raider, I can't get down with you. You got to go. You got to effing go. My guy, T. Severe, always bringing the smack. It's time to warm it up, T. Severe. I know it's going to be a good contest. Shout out to T. Severe. Aaron Donald has 1 fit out of the league already. 1 to 2 year rental at best. Donald isn't great against the run. He came into the league at the perfect time for his skill set and his body type. Bruh, be that as it may, all-time great. I am not mortgaging the future for a guy that has pretty much, cemented his legacy in this league. You know what I mean? That's the old Raiders, bro. The new Raiders, we're building for the future. I would rather draft the new Aaron Donald than to pay the old Aaron Donald and get a lesser version of Aaron Donald. Now, if we were in a position where we needed that, I mean, who could not use that kind of interior pressure, bro? But if we were a team who were like right there on the cusp, we a playoff contender, and that could kind of take us over the edge, yes, I'd be all there for it. Because listen, the best way to beat a Patrick Mahomes sometimes isn't drafting a guy that's better than him, because what are the odds that you do that? This is an all-time great, right? The way that you beat a Patrick Mahomes is to get a man in the middle of your defense and the man on the other side of your defense and the man on the other side of your defense to put enough pressure on Patrick Mahomes that bird beak he calls a nose gets broken every time he plays the Raiders. And we grab him and slam him on his back like the jabroni he is. It's an effing jabroni. Slam him on his goddamn back. Effing Patrick Mahomes. Bird beak bastard. Slam him. Now, if we were doing that, then you know what, man? I'd be all for it. But, bro, we are too early in the process here with this new regime with Nick Ziegler. We are too early in the process to be going out and taking these big swings like that. We took the big swing with Tay. That's enough for me. I don't want to see them take another big swing on an aging player. If they're going to take a swing on an aging player, then I want them to go out there and go get a young guy who's going to be here in perpetuity. Shout out to T Severe, always bringing the smack. Love it. My guy LV, I watched the Steel Curtain mess us up at 72. I know, LV. LV, see, you an OG, bro. LG. He said, not mine. I'm really, really old. Yeah, I know. LV, you're old, but you're still powerful. Guys, we said defensive tackles. Defensive tackles. Not outside linebackers, not defensive ends. Defensive tackles. Stay with it. My guy, Rav. Shout out to my brother. Last year, Waller, Renfro, Chandler, Perryman, Hobbs, Rock, etc. All missed time with injuries. People don't give this regime enough credit for working around all of that, and they don't. And Graf, shout out to Graf for warming it up in here with the fire comment. Bro, that's the truth, bro. Look, man, they listen, bro. People just want to come in here, and let's get back to that, man. I'm jumping all over the place, man. I'm so excited, man. We having such a good show. But let's be for real here. Graf, that's exactly right, bro. Like, they don't give these guys enough credit for taking chicken shit and turning it into chicken salad. They did excellent. We had a bunch of catastrophic injuries, and we had a guy that we were depending on that we thought was going to play well who did not. It is what it is. Hey, Gonzalez, this linebacker is mediocre. It doesn't deserve a video to congratulate the move. Who said that is what we're doing, A. Gonzalez? What the F said that? This is a video telling you that we're going to go out there and bring in another linebacker. Now, you know what I'm congratulating? The fact that they know that they need to address the linebacker group. The F is wrong with you, eh? You know, you're better than that, A. Gonzalez. You're better than that. My guy, Top Beats. The resident bouncer of Raider Nation Unlimited. Top Beats is my bouncer here in the chat. He don't play no games, man. I've been critical of McDaniels and Ziegler, but I think the team that Ziegler has assembled is going to shake up the NFL barring injuries. I think we'll make the playoffs 100%. Now, this is a man who has held them accountable. For Top to say that, bro, shout out to my bro Top Beats. Shout out. Yeah, man. Hey, guys, another thing. We wait up. Greg K, yo. Hold up, my guy. I agree, which is why we should have drafted Jalen Carter. Look, I'm pulling this down. T, please don't give me PTSD from this damn draft. T Severe, I love you, bro. You're a great man. Do not give me PTSD from the draft, bro. I almost had a goddamn conniption. A conniption when we didn't draft him, bro. I said all the stars are lining up. The Raider Equinox is upon us. The guy that I had number one on my board fell to us organically. But we didn't draft him. We go out and draft a guy who was already hurt. Oh, God. T Severe, you are killing me, bro. T Severe, you are killing me, man. Making me angry. I don't want to relive that, man. Don't y'all think that we could have easily been 10-7 last year had we not lost those leads? We lost about 7 points or less in 4 games. Imagine this year. Our offense has got more heat. Yes, Lees, I'm going to be real with you. This has been the whole prism for why I've been optimistic about this season, bro. This is entirely the reason why. Because these guys know what they're doing. Real shit. I don't see why people can be so down on this team before we've even played a goddamn snap. It's ridiculous, man. Leo Torres. We go back in time and say, why didn't we draft Jalen Carter knowing we needed help at DT? Bro, and this is what I did not want. That's why I'm hoping and praying Tyree Wilson can fly somewhere to the sun. Now, if the sun is Myles Garrett, hopefully Tyree Wilson can fly somewhere close to that. If he turns out to be anything close to that, bro, then we made a solid pick. If he's mediocre, I am going to rule the day that he was drafted, bro. It reminds me of Fabian Washington and, Jamarcus Russell and all of this bullshit, man. I don't even want to get into it, man. I've gotten over the, Jalen Carter. Now I'm hearing all things about Jalen Carter balling out with the Eagles, and it's pissing me off. And everybody keeps saying, oh, the reason why is because he's with his old teammates. I don't want to hear that shit. Sorry for eating on there. You guys will be all right. Starving, didn't eat lunch today. Shoot, drafting, Classic Man Q. Will you please stop it, bro? Stop. You guys are killing me, man. You're giving me PTSD here. Drafted Jahad Ward over Derrick Henry still hurts to this day. Yes. Thank you. Let me change the subject, man. Jeez, man. You guys are killing me today, man. Wasted. Give us your ceiling and basement record for this upcoming season. My ceiling is 11-6. My basement is 2-15. I'm gonna be real with you. And it all depends on what happens, right? Like if somehow, some way Brian Hoyer winds up our starting quarterback, I see the latter. If Jimmy G plays at least 15 games, I can see us being 10-7, 11-6. Quick, bro. Sean Johnson, what's crazy is DT Byron Young had overall better stats than Jalen Carter in 2022 if you look it up. And I saw that, bro, but, bro, the stats don't mean anything, really. It means something, but it doesn't really tell the whole story, bro. When you look at the attributes, the size, the just everything, man, Jalen Carter is one of the most explosive defensive tackles I've seen in a long time. He reminds me a lot of Darryl Russell. I don't think he's as good as Darryl Russell, but he reminds me of Darryl Russell. He reminds me a lot of Darryl Russell. Everybody says 10-7, 10-7, 10-7. See, look, people say you're surprised. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Brandon Nemoff. Surprised we don't work. Kareem Hunt has a domestic violence charge. I think he hit a woman, knocked a woman out or something like that. Mark Davis don't play that shit. If you have anything on your file, any smut on your name in that kind of way, Mark Davis ain't letting you play for the Raiders, bro. That's the long and the short of it. He's not letting you play for the Raiders, bro. My guy Raider Primos. Give us your thoughts about this defense, bro. You got guys out there making plays. Can they transition into this? Right? Yeah, bro. I mean, why not? Why not us, bro? Why not this be the time where we actually draft well? Why not? This is a whole new day, bro. So you guys got to understand something about the Raiders and the history of the Raiders the last, 25 years. We never have a traditional structure in the way we do business in the front office. And I think that has been a detriment to the Raiders. Now, when you have Al Davis, right, this is a guy who is a super genius in football. He's just a genius of a man. In his youth and at the height of his powers, you can have Al Davis circumventing, the people in his scouting department. You can have Al Davis meddling too much because it's okay. But when he was an older guy and he's fighting for years and years and years with the league and the state of California and the city of Oakland and this one and that one and this one and that one, football wasn't the most thing. He was fighting for the survival of him keeping the actual team, right? So somewhere along the line, it got derailed. And by him not relinquishing control, you got some really, really weird decisions, right? And then after that, we had head coach, GM, we had Reggie McKenzie come in. We got close to what a normal organization runs like. But the problem is the follies of the previous years of Reggie having to clean up salary cap hell kind of hindered some of his decisions. But he wasn't the best draft guy. Reggie McKenzie is a guy where if he is the GM of your football team, you're probably in trouble. But if he is the assistant GM, you have a great assistant GM. And I hate to say it because Reggie McKenzie's strength lie on the financial side of things, as far as cutting cap, structuring contracts and shit like that. As far as actually picking the talent, Reggie McKenzie is a straight and total dub. A dub. He's terrible. But you having Reggie McKenzie in your front office is an attribute. Then we go to the Gruden thing. The Gruden thing was unheard of. A 10-year contract, total autonomy, terrible. Now we are back to being a real NFL organization where you have president, GM, head coach, owner. And that's the way you win in the National Football League. So I think things are going to turn around. I think everybody needs to realize that. I'm hearing Chris Smith is conducting the defense and Merring is out there looking like a guy. J-Ro, I have not heard that. I've heard that Merring is playing very, very well. I heard Chris Smith is flashing, but I heard Merring's playing well too, bro. I haven't heard that. You know what I'm saying? I have not heard that. Let me see something here. Wait. Somebody just said something crazy, bro. Let me see. Hold on, man. Somebody said that Jalen Carter would be Ruggs 2.0. Bro, I hate that people bring that up. Now, it's something that, people should never forget. But that was like getting struck by lightning in the bad way of getting struck by lightning. That was a terrible, terrible, confluence of events, man. And I don't like to put the mistakes and the sins of others onto the new guys that are coming here in this city. People talk about how bad Sin City is. And look, there's stuff you can get into in Las Vegas, right? But you can get into stuff everywhere in this country, bro. You can get into stuff in Los Angeles. You can get into stuff in New York. You can get into stuff in Miami. You can get into stuff in Detroit. You can get into stuff in Cleveland. Need I say more? If you're looking for trouble, you can find trouble anywhere you go. And all of you old heads in here know that. You can be in Biloxi, Mississippi, and if you're looking to get into some kind of trouble and certain kinds of trouble, you're going to find it. If you want to get drunk or you want to get high or you want to fuck on some women, you can find whatever trouble you're looking for, bro. People, places, and things, right? So the thing about Jalen Carter being here, if he is about football, he will be about football, whether he's in Las Vegas, whether he's in Philadelphia. Because trust me, there's trouble in Philly too. Philly's a big, major city, man. It's like, come on, man. Wasted. Will we have a top 15 defense? It remains to be seen, bro. It remains to be seen. We have to, sit out here and let this thing play out. But to me, right, if Max Crosby has the kind of year I feel like he's going to have, if Chandler Jones has the kind of year I feel like he's going to have after he lost all that weight and he's going to be primarily a linebacker, and if Tyree Wilson does not start this season on IR, I can totally see us being a top 15 defense. And I'm not just saying that to be positive on some bullshit. I'm telling y'all the real. Damn, I started cursing too. I'm trying not to curse, man, because I know my mother-in-law watching. Sorry, Mom. What about Kyle Van Noy? Worth a look at linebacker. He could rush the passer a bit. Look, I wanted them to take a flyer on Kyle Van Noy because he's a guy who's played for these guys. But the thing is, what do you feel about maybe Patrick Graham not valuing him? To be real with you, anybody who's been productive in the National Football League, this is how I view it. Anybody who's been productive in the National Football League at linebacker, who's still out there and available, bring him in. Have a round-robin tryout and let the best man who fits this scheme win. It doesn't matter whether it's Jaylon Smith, Kyle Van Noy, whomever, Davis, whoever, Evans. I don't care, bro. I don't care. LB Maximus, your boy Q says 25 is playing too deep and playing center field. Epps and Smith is shining. Listen, he's the only one that I've heard that. I've also heard other people saying that Trayvon Merrick is playing okay and he's doing well and he's worked on that part of his game with instincts, and so I've heard good things. You know what I mean? The thing is, you got to take it with a grain of salt because, listen, man, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. There are some people who could say he's playing too deep and he's not playing well. There's other people that say he's playing well. All these reports, all of this stuff is all bullshit, man. Until we see them take live bullets. I'm going to reserve how I feel about Trayvon Merrick in the preseason because he better be playing a lot of snaps in the preseason so we can really evaluate this guy. My guy, Joe, what's up? Joe Ramos, wasted. On paper, the defense looks hella better than last year. The starters are better. The depth is better. Now we got to put it all together. And that's what I've been saying. That's why I'm reserving my judgment, bro. I'm reserving my judgment, my brother. My God. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're not speaking high of him either, man. LV, they're not speaking high of him either, bro. I know. Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not gonna put out the narrative that Trayvon Merrick is not doing well until I see him with my own eyes. The stuff that I saw in camp of him, he doesn't look so bad to me. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like putting that on him, man. You know, this is his year to shine because guess what? He can get out of here. You know what I mean? If he's not playing well, but we got to give him a chance, man. We picked Tyree Ford Wilson. Mac had a take on it. He wants a defensive end under his wing. But see, bro, I'm going to be real with you. They didn't have to pick him. Like there were other guys in the second and third round. Like that's the thing for me. Like they didn't have to pick him. Now, listen, I like Tyree Wilson. He is super athletic. He looks like he could be a future star in the NFL. But to be 100% real with you, like it sounds good. Lees, it sounds great. But if he's coming, he was injured at the end of his career in college. He's coming into the league injured. He's the great white buffalo. Where is the man? I would have preferred to have a guy like Jalen Carter who's healthy tear up camp. Yeah, LV on the same sheet of music as me. That's why I said I'll make my judgment after game 3. Same, bro. That's to say that's where I'm at, bro. Wasted. What would be another free safety, strong safety combo if Merrick's not starting? Marcus Epps and Chris Smith? Why not? Marcus Epps and Chris Smith, because Marcus Epps can be free safety. And you could put Smith at strong safety, man. And I think that might probably be what it winds up being, to be real with you. Hot take. The Raiders leak that ready to talk message for JJ to turn over an egg timer and put him on the clock. Coaches want him in the building. If he doesn't respond soon, I think they pull his tag. Bro, that is a lukewarm take, Hug, because I said that 2 weeks ago. These guys are going to, and this is another thing. Like I was saying, I want this guy to come into camp, bro, because I do not want him to be another player who walks out of this door for minimal to no return. Look, the car situation was kind of like a situation where, they gave him a no trade clause. So that, he pretty much got to pick where he wanted to go. And the Raiders had his bird rights. But, had they start working on things earlier and knew that they were going to get rid of Carr, maybe they could have moved him around the trade deadline and got him to agree to something. Maybe they could have told him that they were going to move on from him, and they could have prepared him, and they could have worked together to help the Raiders. Right? Maybe. Darren Waller got third round pick. All right, cool. Right? But if they lose Josh Jacobs in the prime of his career and get nothing from him, I am going to be freaking livid. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's called training camp for a reason. All of a sudden, folks, grading practice is like a professional day-to-day. We're talking about practice, not a game, but practice, man. DeMarcus Webb, that is, the perfect thing. Guys, sometimes there's too much access nowadays, man. So every day we're on this roller coaster about our opinion of this team, right? These guys are out there practicing. So now, because of Twitter and Instagram and everywhere, all the social media outlets, we get day by day, time by time, exactly how everybody did in practice that day. And that's not the best. You have to be pragmatic. Like we can pontificate and speculate on what we think this team is going to be. We can talk about it every single day. I love talking Raiders ball with you guys. But we gotta be for real here, man. If you hear that Merring is not doing well today, you're gonna hear tomorrow he did excellent. And then what do you do with that? let's let it all play out, bro. In the deep edge class, when our two highest paid defenders are edge guys, we took one early in a shallow defensive tackle class with a generational guy at the position. We passed on him. Sorry, wasted. Last one. God damn it, T. Severe. Oh, my God, man. He's so good. Great comments all the time. But God damn it, T. Severe. You're killing me, bro. Oh, my God, man. Yo, bro, do you know how upset I was, bro? Y'all watched the draft. I was madder than y'all really think, bro. I just didn't want to embarrass myself on the air. I was pissed when we didn't take him, bro. I almost wanted to stop podcasting, bro. And I didn't want to be a baby. I wanted to be a professional. So I sat there and bro, I was too through when we didn't take him. Goddamn T Severe, man. Oh my God, man. That's your thoughts on Tyree. The team didn't want Carter. They didn't like him as a person, obviously, because he was a stud in college. Yo, Shadow Fox, listen. They cannot like him as a person, bro. But you know what the thing is? I don't like this notion that everybody on the NFL roster has to be a damn choir boy. When you're dealing with gentlemen and young men who are young, rich guys, especially with the NIL stuff in the National Football League. You had these guys coming in the league. They already damn near millionaires anyway, right? And, bro, my thing is I don't need everybody on my roster to be a choir boy. That's why I'm glad that Jimmy Garoppolo's our quarterback now. And this is no shade to the guy before him, but that all shucks, that all shucks, I'm a man of God thing is cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool on that shit. Oh shit. Oh God, nasty work out here. Yo, man, but I'm gonna be real with you, man. I bro. Hey, shout out to Graf, man, too. Graf, thank you for that. Appreciate you, bro. The Kimbe Mutombo is gonna come out next time, brother. But yo, look, man, like I said, man, I don't like this notion that everybody has to be a choir boy. I think that's bullshit, bro. Like, can you play football? Oh my God. Lisa Dell. People do not manifest JJ going anywhere in our division. He can go somewhere else outside of the West. I don't want him to go anywhere this year. Like real spill. I want us to use up the prime years of this man's career, man. He's the best player that we've drafted since Khalil Mack, man. Yeah, and my guy, MVD, that part wasted about that BS about. Yeah, I get sick of that shit, bro. Football is a game of gladiators, physical people, bro. It's a game of gladiators, man. You know what I mean? And some of those gladiators are not good people. Some of the worst people Bro, you think Lawrence Taylor was a great character guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got Reggie White. Yeah, the Minister of Defense. Do you think Lawrence Taylor was a great character guy? Do you think when Ray Lewis was young, Ray Lewis was a great guy? Ray Lewis go in there and knock somebody fucking head off. Like, bro, I get tired of that shit, bro. I don't mind for my defensive player to be a bit of a shithead as long as he's wrecking games. Care less about that shit. The scar pictures of JJ Matters say Shannon Sharp gets arrested. He's not getting another show, even after all his years on Undisputed. Reese, as usual, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. you gotta let me know, man. My guy Randall Carter. Maybe the front office knew they didn't have the infrastructure to handle Carter. Why do you need a infrastructure to handle one player? Like you do, but bro, like man, they don't know that, bro. They don't know that or not. I just think sometimes these guys, they it's paralysis by analysis. These people think that they overthink this shit sometimes, bro. They overthink it. Now, if they said he was lazy or some shit, then that's different, bro. Watch how that guy comes in the league and tears shit up. I don't want to talk about him. Fuck him. He's an Eagle. Remember, the draft is a pony show, but regular season is the real deal. Remember, Ryan Leaf was supposed to be equal or better than Peyton Manning or Johnny Football. Yeah, bro, that's a whole nother ball of wax because the quarterback, I think, the quarterbacks is the hardest position to evaluate, man, because there's so many variables that go into being a quarterback. But being a big, strong guy that's in the middle of your defense that has burst and strength that can set the edge, it's kind of easier to kind of tell. You know what I'm saying? J. Rowe, my dog. I get it, Wasted, but I think people should stop using his faith against him. That has nothing to do with him crapping the better fit, and it doesn't. I'm not using his faith against him. I'm using the fact that he doesn't have any dog in him. It's not about his faith. It's about being too nice of a guy. Like Phillip Rivers is a man of God. Phillip Rivers played great in this league. Phillip Rivers will get in your face and go back and forth with you, round and round with you. There's a lot of guys who have strong faith in the Lord that are dogs. It's about being a dog. It has nothing to do with him being. Sometimes you can be too nice, man. Sometimes you could be too nice, man. You could be too damn nice, man. That all shucks thing pisses me off, man. My guy, Big Rob. Wilson will outplay Carter. Got 50 on the T Severe. Bro, that is very, and that's subjective, right? Because you got guys playing two different positions, right? The thing about Wilson is the fact that, bro, if you guys know me, right, and you know Wasted, the biggest thing that I am against is drafting players with an injury history, with an extensive injury history. I don't like it. Most of the time, it never works out in our favor. It never works in our favor, bro. It never, I remember the DJ Hayden thing. The guy almost died on the field, and Reggie McKenzie and them tried to sell it to us that he was going to get healthy and ball, and he was the best technician in the draft and all of this shit. When you had a healthy Xavier Rhodes right down the draft board and you pass on him. Yo, and that's a fact, Dave's on. Phillip Rivers had to play great. You see all them damn kids? Yo, Phillip Rivers might be able to populate an entire football team, bro. By himself. All 53 players. I think he got about 62 children, Phillip Rivers, man. This man is shooting watermelon seeds every damn where. Like you say, the best ability is availability. It's not about being a quiet boy. It's about messing up off the field and not being able to play. The thing about it is this. When Henry Ruggs got drafted by the Raiders, what did everybody say? He's a great kid. He messed up, right? Nobody said he was some miscreant. No one said that, bro. We've had players up when Darryl Russell got drafted. Nobody said that Darryl Russell was this miscreant. They said he was a great kid. He was a mama's boy and all this stuff. And look what wound up happening. You never know what's going to happen to a young man when they get money and notoriety. You never know. They say money kind of heightens what kind of person you are. You never know what kind of situation these young men can get into just from them being naive. Like, to be honest with you, you got a lot of these guys where people be like, oh, well, I'm from this bad area and I'm from the hood. But when you're a player at this level, a lot of these guys, their experiences come from being wrapped up and immersed in the game of football. So there's a lot of social things that they miss because they're so immersed in the game and immersed to getting to where they're going to be. And they're kind of like protected, and, they don't live how the other half live. And then they get into the National Football League and they get thrown into this grown man's world, and things can go awry. You never know, bro. Any of these men that we drafted this year can wind up in that situation. All it takes, man, is people, places, and things. Be with the wrong people in the wrong place and be around the wrong things, and you can find yourself on the wrong side of everything. So you never know how that's going to be when you give these guys this money. You never know. And I don't like to go up here and try to use a crystal ball. Now, listen, they say past actions can predict a future outcome, right? But it all depends on whether the media gets a piece of the bad thing that you did. That's all it is. All these guys are young jocks. They're all young dudes who get into shit, man. We've all gotten into things. You know what I'm saying? You never know. It just depends on who you are. There are guys that we got that are 7th-round picks that probably were doing all kinds of dirt. You never find out about it because nobody gives a shit because they're not Jalen Carter. And what you have to kind of figure out and mitigate is the risk worth the reward? And I think the reward of drafting a player that is that talented outweighs the risk. Further making my point, long live 8. Shout out to Kobe, man. Rock on, Kobe Bryant. Brian Dawkins was and is a man of God, but he will knock your block off. And you damn right about that, man. Rugs on the curb after the crash was heartbreaking, man. That whole thing. I don't want to bring that up, man. I shouldn't have brought it up, man. I'm effing up. GA Patriot, us old has know too well about trouble finding you. Anytime, any place, any age. And that's a fact, bro. Wilson got a little foot injury. See, Frank White, it's not a little foot injury, bro. Liz Frank injuries are not small. The bone is so small, bro, that you don't know how or when it's ever going to heal. Liz Frank injuries are what derailed Grant Hill's career. It's what derailed Darren McFadden's career. I know the medicine has gotten better, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. Now, guys, look, the one thing that I have not talked about today, we just up here rambling about shit that has nothing to do with today. Let's talk about the Jaylon Smith move before we get out of this. I got to go. Guys, the thing with Jaylon Smith is he is another body. He is a sure tackler, and he can fulfill a role in his defense. Now, if you're expecting Jaylon Smith to be the great coverage linebacker, you expect him to be Bobby Wagner, that's not what he is. He hasn't even been signed yet. But the fact that they're bringing him into camp means that they're trying to address that linebacker group, was what we've been asking for as a fan base all offseason. So that is really one of the biggest reasons that I'm excited about that. I'm also a Notre Dame fan. I love Jaylon Smith, man. He's one of the best college football players I've seen, bro. I think he was superior to Manti Te'o at Notre Dame. I was a huge fan of his. I thought he was going to be a star before he got hurt. But at this point in his career, Jaylon Smith is a guy that is a sure tackler, and he's going to make sure that we're stout in the box. The only problem is the coverage. Now, the way Patrick Graham's scheme is, he doesn't put his linebackers in bad positions. Sometimes he only plays 2 linebackers at a time. The 3 safety look is omnipresent in his defense. So sometimes Jaylon Smith might be able to just go downfield and hunt, get in the backfield, tackle running backs, control that middle of the field, and that is what he's probably, suited for now. But, let's be real, in coverage, he's been one of the worst linebackers in football in coverage over the last few years. He had a over 100 QBR with quarterbacks that when they were targeting Jaylon Smith. So just be mindful what this move is. This move is for him to be a chess piece in the framework of what Patrick Graham is running. The same way Blake Martinez wasn't great in coverage, actually had a career year with Patrick Graham. This reminds me a lot of Blake Martinez with the Giants because he was often injured with Green Bay. Walt, my guy. Yo, this is my brother in the geriatric field, man. My brother, Big Walt. I saw Jaylon Smith on Good Morning Football. Seems like a solid dude. Great kid. Great kid. But you know what? To be honest with you guys, these guys, most of these guys are solid individuals and good men and cool people. But can you play football? I really, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, if he goes around and he steals money out of the tray, no, I'm playing around. No, I'm not that. You know, you can't be a deviant or a scumbag and play for the Raiders, and I'm all right with it. But I don't mind if you're a bit of a jerk off. I really don't mind. My pops used to crazy. Heard somebody say if I had 53 of those guys, pops used to envy. I'm gonna read that a little later, bro. It has nothing to do with what we talk about, but I'm gonna read it, bro, because you my dog, right? Wait, he has no knees left. Raider fans get hyped over anything. Dre the Kid, we not hyped. We talking about the move and how it can benefit us, bro. So you guys gotta understand something, man. When we come on here and we discuss shit, we are discussing the possibilities positively and negatively. Therefore, this is what the show is about. If you want to shit all over the Jaylon Smith move that hasn't been made yet, be my guest. My pops used to crazy. I think you messed up there when he heard someone say, if I had 53 of those guys, they would win a Super Bowl every year. And that's not true. You need a gumbo. And I guess your pops used to go crazy when people say, if I had 53 of those guys, they would win a Super Bowl every year. And that's not true. You need a gumbo. And the team needs to respect each other to win. Yeah, that's true, man. You need different. You need like a mixture of different archetypes, different personalities, and different playing styles to make it win, man. I know, brother. I always read your comments, NVD Money, my dog, man. And he thought, right? Look, Ronnie Harrison, you know, is a guy, man, that he's gonna be some more competition, some more depth. It's just strictly depth. You know what I mean? I mean, Ronnie Harrison hasn't set the world on fire with the Cleveland Browns. Them bringing him in is okay. It's an okay move, man. This is a guy who has started in this league, man. Now, last year, he had 24 total tackles, a half a sack, no forced fumbles, no interceptions. In his career, he has 1 TD, 5 interceptions, 148 solo tackles, right? Now, Rodney Harrison is a guy that played at Alabama. He's a third-round pick of Jacksonville, and he's an okay player. He's an okay player. He's a good guy to bring in to kind of stir it up out there. I'm just glad that they are making this shit like the football Hunger Games. People are got to fight for their jobs. Maybe bringing him in as a motivational tactic to some of these guys, i.e. Trayvon Merring. My brother, Walt, I was watching Buda Baker Top 100 and then watch Christopher Smith tape. Seems very similar in size and game. Bro, Walt, we said that a couple episodes ago. The only difference is Buda Baker is a little more physically gifted as far as speed goes. GA Patriot, I'm telling you, check it out. That was me and Walt was saying that Chris Smith reminds us of Buda Baker, man. St. Kyle, my brother. I think next year we'll be in a better position as far as taking a gamble on a talented kid with red flags in the draft. See, St. Kyle, bro, the thing is that every year you're in a position where you could take that swing, right? But I think when you talk about a guy, the Jalen Carter thing reminds me of the Jets passing on Warren Sapp. It reminds me a lot of that. You just can't do it, man. I'm sorry, man. Big Perm. Wasted. Did you see the Max interview on CBS Sports where he says he's the best edge rusher in the league? Yes, I did, and I concur. I think he is too, and I'm glad he talking that shit, man. Talk that shit, bro. If you believe it, if you don't believe it, nobody else gonna believe it. Now the thing is, he got to go out there and prove it. T. Severe, Jaylon Smith is a guy that knows the defense. He's an alpha personality and will raise the level. Some moves aren't made for that guy to be on the roster. They're made to put others on notice. And T. Severe, thank you for that comment. I just pretty much said that about Ronnie. I just said the same thing, bro. Some of these moves are made to light a fire under the guys who are already in the roster. Ronnie Harrison Jr., I think, is that kind of move. I think these guys are master manipulators and game players. They want everyone to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. They want everyone to feel that their roster spot is up for grabs. That is the way these guys need to feel. And I think, if you look at the last 9 years of the Raiders, the biggest problem with this team is that there were certain people who were anointed and felt a sense of entitlement. They felt that there was no possible way that their job should be in question. And you have not earned that. If Tom Brady goes and competes every year like his life depended on it, everyone else in his league should do that. My take on the Kuntz presser today, it was refreshing. I think that Malcolm Kuntz, man, is trying to carve. Malcolm Kuntz is not going into that dark good night. Malcolm Kuntz might make this roster, man. That's great. I mean, I think Adam Plant Jr. is probably going to supplant him. But, I love the energy from that shit, man. Do you know what guys like Chandler Jones see in Adam Plant Jr. that gets them so hyped? Listen, bro. The size, the measurables, the speed, the get off, the bend. There's a lot to like about Adam Plant Jr. That's why we had him on the show. Y'all need to go back and check that out. He's going to be on the show again. Adam Plant Jr. is a guy that looks the part, and apparently he's acting and playing the part. And these guys know what they're looking at. That's what's making them so excited, bro. He's not one of them tweeners, bro. He is a defensive freaking end, man, through and through. My guy, William Irwin, don't forget to wipe them feet. It don't take too much. Yo, no. Right over here on Raider Nation Unlimited, shout out to my brother Graf. Here, we pay our bar tabs on Raider Nation Unlimited. Pay your bar tab and get wasted. What the F's wrong with you? If Trayvon Merrick can't get it done, I put F's at free safety and Chris. Well, I think that's what's going to wind up happening anyway, bro. That's what's going to wind up happening anyway. Hey, guys, we're going to do a post-fight wrap-up, too. My brother and I later this week. Probably tomorrow or something like that. Send Kyle Grizzly off topic. Who you think taking the Nate Diaz or Jake Paul? Bro, I don't know, man. Those fights aren't even real, bro. Them fights are like fucking the WWF, man. I really don't know, bro. Nate Diaz is a tough dude. He hits hard, but Jake Paul is a boxer. He's a boxer. It's a boxing match. Jake Paul probably wins that. And I know people are going to be like, no. But I think it's too much money in having him lose that fight going down the drain. I think it's probably already a ruse where they're going to make it's probably going to be a decision or something. I don't think Paul going to knock out Nate Diaz and they're going to set up another fight and try to run that bag up again. That's probably what's going to happen, bro. I love the fact that Aluminum mentioned Kuntz and his growth as a pass rusher. I do too, and I love the fact that this regime is developing players. That's the one thing that's been missing from the Raiders for about the last 15 years. We don't develop players in-house. We go out and try to poach players from other teams, and it never really works out for us, man. So this is something that I am super excited for. But, guys, listen, man. We hold up Dre the Kid with the worst comment of the night. The 2023 team is actually the 2006 Raider roster reincarnated. Dre the Kid, you are outside of your mind, my brother. Outside of your mind. This is depth. We don't have Andrew Walters starting at quarterback, bro. I know you're trying to make that parallel because Randy Moss was on that roster. Like, even if you look at, the Warren Sapp, having Warren Sapp on that roster and shit, Warren Sapp was kind of, long in the tooth, bro. That's not what we have here. We have a really competitive roster, bro. I think you need to go take this roster, set it next to the 2006 roster, and I don't think you're going to feel that same way. Canelo's going to beat Charlo, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. I know Canelo a little older, but he ain't that old. Canelo going to win that fight. There's no need to even break that shit down. Gotti got it. My guy, T. Severe, I said it earlier, but until pads come on, I'm not convinced about guys in the trenches. Quentin Moses was called unblockable in OTAs, and then it was only a third rounder cut that and bro, bro. Listen, man. Technique-wise, burst, all that stuff, it's all great. We got to see how it is until the big uglies get their hands on you, man. But, guys, listen, we've been going for an hour, 15 minutes. I got to go tap in with the family. It is 7:30. I got to go see my mother-in-law, and I got to go do something physical because I am trying to get my physique back. So, listen, man, love all of y'all. I appreciate and I'm really humbled by how many people pull up on a daily basis here, man. It is not, bro, it is not missed on me how much support that I've gotten ever since I've gotten into this, man. I don't mean to get all like pragmatic and stuff because, you know, my energy level is not through the roof today. But God bless all of y'all, man. I appreciate everything that you guys have done for my brothers down the dial, everything you guys have done for me, and, you know, all the support you guys show us in all our endeavors, man. And it is not missed on me, man. And I'm gonna make sure that I pay it forward this year. And you know, look, man, just thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for pulling up, man. If you're a new person, man, and you like what you heard today, man, go ahead and hit that sub button, man. We're gonna race to 10,000, man. I want my respect this season, man. So, yo, thank y'all. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. We gonna get out of here tonight, man. And look, man, we gonna stay at it, man. Shieldmore takeover. Yo, tonight, Graphic Raider, 19K. We celebrating it today. And you know that we are gonna be in the place to be. Shout out to my brother Graphic, man. 19K, bro. God! Wow! A lot of goddamn subscribers organically, man. I love it, man. But yo, y'all know what we say, man, every single day. If I don't say it, y'all gonna get mad at me, man.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I gotta change that, but it's going up every day. Love y'all. See y'all later tonight. Peace. We are out like yesterday. Raider Nation Unlimited. Peace.